Today we're going to be adding weight to some cast nets. Hi, I'm Jason with Brilliant Fishing, and today we're going to be upping our game with some of these cast nets, adding weight to them and increasing the sink rate. So if you want to kind of go through with me here, I'm going to go through the why and the how of adding these weights. If you want to skip ahead to the part where I'm adding the weight, you should go ahead and do that. But I'm going to talk a little bit about the weight ratios, exactly what we're doing here, the product that I've got that I'm going to increase the weight with, which I think I'm going to find it's going to be really easy. And if it works out well, I'm going to tell you about it, right? So, so we're going to talk about the why and the how. We're going to go ahead and add the weight to a couple of these nets. And then we're going to go do these, we're going to test them out on the water. I've got an upcoming trip that I need to catch some bait for, and I'm hoping that these nets, once I add some weight to them, are going to get the job done. So let me just tell you a little bit about what I got here. Now, I've got a variety of cast nets from different sources. I mean, I've picked these things up from Amazon. I think this one came from Temu. You know, this one's a little bit better one that I picked up. But the problem with these cheap nets, especially these two, is the weight ratio. So if you don't know what weight ratio your cast net is, so here's an easy way to tell. So go and just weigh your cast net. Okay, just weigh it. The net itself doesn't weigh hardly anything, but what we're trying to do is get the cumulative weight of the weights. And then what we're going to want to do is want to hold our net up and want to see what the radius of that net is. All right, so the easy way to see what your weight ratio is. So first you want to see what is the radius of your net. So let your weights hit the ground and then hold it up here. So this is going to be a 5-foot radius cast net. Now, I weighed this net, and the pounds of weight to the foot of radius, the ratio of that, I've got about 0.75 or 3/4 of a pound of weight per foot of radius. So this net right here only weighs about 4 pounds. So this is a really light net, and so this net really struggles even in shallow water, because you throw that net out and it just doesn't sink fast enough. You know, bait is always escaping from underneath. So so this is a 0.75 pound per foot of radius weighted net. Now a good net, a better net, and I picked this one up from Amazon. This is a 1.5 pound per radius foot weighted cast net. This one's a lot better. So this one's also a little bit larger net. So if I can get by with the smaller one, I may want to use that in certain situations. So I've always got this one, but I want to add a little weight to this. Now my other net here I've got is a 6-foot net, and this one is also a 0.75 pound per foot ratio. And so this is a tape net, and if you want to get into taping cast nets, I suggest you go back and watch my podcast with Tony Sharam, former wildlife enforcement officer for here in North Carolina, and known as a shadnator, right? And he uses cast nets all the time. It talks about the benefits of taping a net. We're not going to get into all that here though. So we're going to add weight to these nets. Now here's what I'm adding, and I picked these up off of Amazon, and I'm going to give you the link below if you want to try these out. But basically, think of like a split shot, right? So these are some small crimp-on style weights, if you can see that, and we're going to crimp these around the edge of our cast net to add weight to it. Now these things weigh about 1/3 of an ounce a piece, and so what we're going to do is on these nets is in between each of our current weights, we're going to add one of these. Now we're going to do that for a few reasons. One, of course, we're adding weight, but we want to add it in a way that's proportional. So like we don't want like a whole bunch of weight on one side of the net. So we're just going to add one weight in between each of these current weights, and that should add enough weight to this net to get us up to about the 1.5 pound per foot ratio that we're shooting for. So I'll speed it up and you can just watch me as I do this. All right, we're all done. I didn't make you watch me crimp all those on there, but I'd say it took me about 20 minutes to take these things, kind of open them up a little bit, pinch them on, and but I do think this is going to help it quite a bit, and so I'm going to test it out, and we'll go out on the water and we'll run this thing through the paces and see if this has really helped or not. Alright, so you saw me in the first part of the video adding weight to this cast nets with the little crimp-on style weights. Now, since the time that I showed you crimping on these weights and where I got them from on Amazon, the last I looked, those things were out of stock. So just keep a watch in the comments, the description. Maybe I can pin a comment down below. If I can find out where to get these or if they come back in stock, I'll try to keep you advised of that. But we're going to give this cast net a few throws here. We're going to see if it has improved the sink rate, and let you ride along with us. Hopefully we can catch some bait. We're going to try out our new live well and then see if we can get some fish in the boat tonight. Now, I have never claimed to be an expert cast netter, so hey, don't judge me. All right, well, we're gonna give it a stab. It looks like we got some good scattered bait down here, sort of deep. We're gonna see if we can get on them. We're in about 12 feet of water. All right, that should be money right there. Or not. Okay. Oh, I see the problem. Okay. Had a major cloud of bait on there. And I was like, I know I nailed them. But look at the size of this bait. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a lot of this in here right now. It's just going right through the holes in the net. So anyway, let's try to find something just a little bit bigger. Yep, we got them. Okay, all right, so we got our live bait in our tank. I'll show you what it looks like here. So all in all, I think I'm going to like the cast net with extra weight to it. It did seem to sink faster. I can't say it did anything for my throwing ability, but it seemed to sink a lot faster. So what we're going to do, we'll try to take this bait, we'll give it just a minute, see if this, my live well is going to be okay here. Trying out a new bait tank on the same trip. But I think we got the bait we need. We're going to go try to sink a couple of these baits, and the flow is going at the dam, so we're going to pack up and move to the dam, and we're going to get some of these baits out that we just caught with our cast net and see if we can get on, I don't know, whatever bites, maybe some white bass, catfish, maybe flathead or striper. We'll see what we can come up with. But appreciate you hanging out with us for the cast net video. I think this is going to be a good thing, and with the extra added weight. And so I think all other things being equal, if I really wanted to get real scientific about it, what I should have done was measured the fall rate in seconds before and after. But in my mind, I feel like it is falling significantly faster now. So anyway, for what it's worth, might be something you want to try. It's a very inexpensive way to add weight to your net. And so anyway, give it a try. If you got any questions, comments, leave them down below. Appreciate you watching.